right, we'd like to welcome in Senator Jabo Waggoner here in Montgomery for the legislative session. And just give us your thoughts. He's a Senate majority leader and has done a great job for many years leading our state. Just give us your thoughts about the legislative session and what's been going on so far.
Thanks, Jay. Good to be with you again. Our priority will always be the budgeting process. You know, how are we going to finance the operation of state government for another fiscal year? And so that will always be our priority. We have an education budget at the right $5.8 billion and a general fund budget that funds every other department of state government outside of education, you know, corrections, Medicaid, human resources, public safety, you know, the list goes on and on. But if I could describe for you maybe the first 3 years, and then this year of the quadrennium will be additional bills like the first three.
Sure.
Our priority the first 3 years of this quadrennium, I would say, would be downsizing state government, making government more efficient, trying to eliminate duplication of services. And I guess the classic example of eliminating duplication, prior to last year, we had 22 state agencies that offered some level or some component of law enforcement. When you think of law enforcement at the state level, you think of the state troopers, you know, highway patrol. There were 21 other agencies that had some level of law enforcement, and you know, the Marine Police, conservation officers, but you know, there was a multitude of others. We passed a bill last year that took that 22 agencies down to 6. Of course, the law enforcement community was involved with how we could combine a lot of their services, and we did. And it's going to save millions of dollars. Another good example of downsizing would be in the area of IT, technology. Before last year, every state agency had some component of their own component of IT. They all bought their own software, they bought their own hardware, they did not communicate with each other. But we've hired a guy named Brunson White, who used to be head of IT at the Energen Corporation in Birmingham, and he's head of that IT area at the state level now. But it's going to save millions of dollars, and you know, each agency can communicate with each other now. So those are just 2 examples, and there are others. But we'll focus this session on eliminating duplication again, and you know, every member of the Senate and the House will have their own little pet bills. But this is an election year, and I would call this session will be a typical election year. There'll be fewer bills introduced. There'll be fewer controversial bills be introduced. This session will be shorter than normal. Normally we meet 3.5 months out of the year. This session will be 2.5 months to maybe 3 months. We're going to cut down on the number of 2-day weeks and meet some 3-day weeks. So a lot of the guys want to go home and campaign.
So that's a short session. We're here to do work, but we're ready to get back home and campaign.
That's right. That's right. And we've got, you know, 35 members of the Senate, some of whom have opposition, have 105 members of the House, some of whom have opposition. So they want to get home and campaign.
Well,
so that's the kind of session we're going to have this year.
Well, I hear you, and hopefully we get back home. Speaking of campaigns, you visited the Birmingham Association of Realtors a few weeks ago.
I sure did.
Let the 3,000 plus realtors throughout Jefferson County, the 5-county region there of Central Alabama, let them know how much the realtors mean to you.
They've been friends of mine for years. You know, they've been very supportive of me, and I've handled several bills through the years that would benefit the Realtors, Birmingham Association of Realtors, and the State Association of Realtors. So, you know, I have a great relationship. They're a strong component of the business community in Birmingham. They mean a lot to our local economy and our state economy. So the realtors are a vital part of the success that we've had in this state and in our community of Birmingham. So my wife's a realtor.
Okay.
So, I have a personal interest in that.
Yes.
So I happen to live with one, okay?
Well, not only is he a senator, he's an honorary realtor.
That's right. That's right. So, but they've been a vital part of our community, and they mean so much to the economy of Birmingham.
Well, for your leadership, and I won't keep you too much longer, you've been in Montgomery so many years now, back and forth, and you have a family. You have a beautiful family, and I know your son Jay very well. We played against each other growing up,
right.
Little League and football, basketball through the years at Vestavia and Homewood. How do you manage being a political leader in our community and also managing family time?
Well, you have to watch your time and you have to set your priorities. My priority through the years has been my family.
Sure.
But I got into politics a long time ago when I was 29 years of age, and I've served in this legislative process for 41 years now.
Sure.
I had 17 years in the House, and I'm in my 24th year in the Senate, but always my priority has been my family, and I've left Montgomery. I should not tell this, but my son played baseball at Auburn, and many times when I was in session, I would sneak out early and drive over to Auburn to watch him play baseball. But that ended in 1995, so I stay on my job in Montgomery now. I don't have baseball as a distraction.
Well, I know how sports can be a distraction, and we're just glad that the great leadership you have, you've done for so many years for the constituency back home, in the Birmingham, Vestavia area throughout. Let us know exactly all the areas of your district that you represent.
It's Senate District 16, and it's southern Jefferson and northern Shelby. Okay. I start on Oxmoor Road in Homewood, Alabama, and I go south all the way into Oak Mountain State Park.
Okay.
So it's portions of Vestavia, Hoover, Mount Brook, Homewood, Inverness, River Chase, Oak Mountain area. So that's basically my district, and it goes over on Highway 280 on the east and 150 on the west, Highway 150 on the west. So that's generally my district. Right at 137,000 people live in that district.
A big district there. And Senator, I just want to thank you for your time today. Just so you know, the show is the government affair. It's part of the Birmingham Association of Realtors. We're going to actually have this show air on our website, via YouTube, and throughout here, streamlining in the near future.
Great.
But we just want to thank you on behalf of the Birmingham Association of Realtors and all the Realtors for your support for so many years.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your friendship, Jay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Senator.